Welcome back. Turning our attention to our second big focus on the urban debate, the Pegasus spyware snooping case. Now, Supreme Court appointed committee was formed to examine the mobile phones belonging to journalists, activists, politicians, among others. The allegation was that these mobile phones were illegally using the spyware Pegasus to carry out unauthorized surveillance, which infringed upon citizens' fundamental rights. However, the committee has said that it was unable to establish the spyware in these 29 phones that were examined. While taking note of the committee's report, the Supreme Court bench has said that as per the report, malware was found in 5 phones, but there is no conclusive proof of the Pegasus spyware. Interestingly, the report also stated that the centre did not cooperate. But to break this down further, Charu Pragya of the BJP is joining me, Advocate Mahima Singh of the Congress, and Pavan Duggal, a cyber expert, will also join us in just a bit. Advocate Mahima Singh, let me start with you here as far as this entire case is concerned, because what this committee says that it was not able to verify or establish in any form the presence of Pegasus.
Well, thank you for having me on your panel today, Avni. And I would like to start with an anecdote which I feel goes very rightly with the situation. It is a classic case of fence eating the field. And the Supreme Court also said today, well, and what you said is absolutely right, but the Supreme Court also said that, that the committee has deposed. The government did not cooperate with the committee. It has declined to disclose details, as it declined to disclose any details to the Supreme Court earlier, as it declined to conduct any debates on the issue in the Parliament. What we must look at here, Avni, is that this is a government by the people, of the people, for the people of this country, who was elected to protect the very rights of the citizens of this country that they are breaching upon. And I think that the government must answer the citizens of this country, because on the January 30th, if I recollect correctly, of this year, earlier this year in January, at least 2 cyber experts had deposed before the committee that there are strong indicators of the involvement of the intelligence of the government in procuring such a spyware and bringing it into the country. The government. So
essentially what you're saying is that because the government did not cooperate, the committee was unable to establish the presence of spyware.
Not Supreme Court, not with the Parliament, not with the committee.
Okay,
the committee
all right. Let's let Charu Pragya respond to that. Go ahead, Charu.
So, Avni, first of all, what was the charges? The charges were that there is a spyware called Pegasus installed in the phones of
several people, which the opposition has been talking about. And this is what was put to the test. Now, this is what the expert committee formed under the guidance of the Supreme Court examined. And what did the expert committee say? There is no evidence of Pegasus. So I don't understand what the Congress party is going on and on about when there is a clear report which says there is no Pegasus. Again, we come to a
but
point
Charu Pragya, the
the
point of the government did not cooperate. Why was that needed to be mentioned? Obviously, that has some relevance here.
So, if I can quote our Solicitor General, he has very clearly said that we had been asked if we are using a particular malware. We would have said that we are not using. If they had asked what we are using, we cannot reveal that. So this is exactly what has been noted in the order of the Supreme Court. You can go back and you can see it. The point is that what the government is using is not going to be out for everybody to discuss. But because you were going on and on about Pegasus, that has been put to rest. And I want to bring in one more point. See, now there is always some sort of a rumor and some sort of news which is spread by the opposition, which wants to create an environment of fear, and it has been put to rest many times. Previously, the same hue and cry was made about Rafale. What happened? The Supreme Court had to ask Mr. Gandhi to apologize. There was a contempt of court order against Mr. Gandhi. So every single time, without proof, without backup, and especially after the court has said that there is no evidence of Pegasus, you cannot go on and on about the same issue. Now today, this order, this judgment goes a long way in proving to the people of this country that government of India has the best interest of this country at heart, but the opposition only wants to spread rumors. baseless rumors as at that.
All right, Pavan Duggal, if you would like to come in, what is your takeaway from, all of this that has developed in this, what the committee has found in this case?
Well, it's an unconclusive kind of a dead end that the committee has come up to.
Yes.
They've not found any cogent kind of evidence, but that does not mean that because evidence is not there, such a situation may or may not exist. When I look at the global scenario, there have been umpteen number of cases where Pegasus has been found to be in existence. Now, in this particular case, it's not been found, but the peculiar element is the center saying, the center is said to be not cooperating or assisting the panel.
Yes.
Now, I can understand that the center is a sovereign government, and as a sovereign government, you have the right to surveil. And surveillance is a normal, legitimate tool in the hands of any sovereign government. But now when it's coming up to Pegasus, this complete silence is something that's, not very, very understandable. I can understand that for governance purposes, maybe it's not wanting to be known that Pegasus was installed or was invoked or whatever. But having said that, if the topmost apex court of the country notes first in its judgment before forming the committee that the government is not cooperating, and now the Supreme Court appointed committee finds that the government or the center is not cooperating, I think there's something much more than what meets the eye. But it's very inconclusive. I think we are now living in a new age. This is the age post-COVID-19, where there'll be increasing state power all around. And the state power is going to be manifested in increasing surveillance, interception, monitoring, and blocking. And therefore, it's going to be up to the respective stakeholders to take their own appropriate steps to protect their own privacy.
Yes. So, Pavan Duggal, essentially what you're saying that this report is inconclusive, the findings are inconclusive, while it means that, yes, they haven't found evidence of Pegasus, it does not negate anything, it's not a negative report that conclusively says we haven't found anything. So that it's still a grey area is what I understand you're saying.
Absolutely, it's still a grey area. It's not the final judgment. Maybe if more evidence comes across, more witnesses come across, maybe a different picture could emerge. But mind you, this is not final judgment yet. It's a process here that's happening. And I think more investigation could potentially come up with new results. But as of now, it appears that the Supreme Court appointed committee is primarily coming to a dead end because of lack of cooperation. Because if the sovereign government can cooperate, and they can also cooperate and say, look, we are going to do or we are going to exchange information or give information in confidence, and we don't want you to dig it out in the public domain. That's absolutely fine.
Yes, absolutely.
But you're saying I'm not cooperating, that's a different issue altogether.
Yes, absolutely. And Charu Pragya, I come back to that point because that is very crucial to this entire investigation, cooperation of the government, which clearly wasn't there in this case.
And Avni, I have clarified that Mr. Mehta has said in court, and he has in fact said it very categorically, that when we were asked if this particular malware, spyware is being used, the government has replied in a very, very clear black and white manner. So I don't understand why an expert, forget the opposition, but why an expert actually says that this is in grey area, because it is very clearly written.
All right,
no
I can see
Pegasus.
Mahima Singh vigorously nodding her head. Mahima Singh, please go ahead very quickly. I'm running out of time.
The government has never explicitly declined. The government has actually declined to have debates. But whenever the government was asked, the government's reply has been, there has been no illegal interception.
No, you did not allow the parliament to run last time by spreading a rumor of Pegasus, which has turned out to be a false rumor. It has turned out to be fake.
No,
so you wasted the time of the parliament.
It's inconclusive, Charu Pragya. Let's use the right words. It's inconclusive. There's no word that was used as fake in that report as well. But I'm afraid we are completely out of time. I'd like to thank my panelists for joining us on this edition of the Urban Debate. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to Mirror Now.